Hello, how are you? It's Juliana. Okay, my name is Juliana Kennedy. I'm a CPA, numbers, tax whisperer. So I want to give you guys a few chances. I know it's early, but I wanted to hop on here and explain the reasons why you should be joining me for my accounting and tax class online. Most of you have been in business for some years. Some of you are new. I wanted to set up this class so that I can empower you so that you will be able to understand all your numbers. And when I say all your numbers, I mean that because this course is designed to whoever you joining me, thank you. I can see your name, so you just put your name in the comments for me. This class is designed to empower you as a business owner, whether you are a freelancer or you are a creative entrepreneur, or you are like a social media manager, or you own a brick and mortar, you're a professional, you're a doctor, a chiropractor, all kinds of businesses. The questions I've had in my 33 years of practicing as a CPA is that most of the time when I take the time to explain to people what the tax return they're looking at, the tax return they're going to sign, what it means, I go over line by line. The response I get is nobody ever took the time to explain this to me. And so that's why when I jump on this Facebook groups and stuff and people asking me questions, I decided, okay, I think I asked if they would attend a class like something like this. So that's why I've set up this course to give you guys a little glimpse of behind the scenes of what your CPAs are working on and how they come about with the numbers. I'm not trying to turn you into CPAs or accountants, but I just want you to have the power so that you can ask the intelligent questions to your CPAs who are doing your taxes. Once you understand what you're working on, you'll be able to ask, what about this? What about this? And so this course, the first thing that we're going to tackle is accounting terminologies. So most people don't understand what fixed assets is, depreciation, what it does. All that will be covered. I will also help you determine who do you give 1099s to. Those of you in the US, it's very crucial that you do this. Otherwise, if you pay somebody over $600 and you don't give them 1099, you messed up. You won't be able to deduct it. Maybe you'll go ahead and deduct it, but at the end of the year, the taxman will come after you and say, you should have given that person 1099. Otherwise, you will. And you think you may not have contractors, but you do. If you hire coaches, social media managers, VAs, all that, I'm going to be covering that in this course. The other thing too is that we'll be talking about retirement, especially those of you who are self-employed. You need to be doing, you can do your own 401k, so to speak. And in fact, it's even more powerful. So you can even put away more. I will go into detail on what type of retirement that you can set up depending on the type of entity you have. I will also go over the type of entities. And if you feel the entity that you're in right now, like if you're S Corp and you don't like it, from my explanation in the course, you can always shut it out and start a new one for January 1st. So I'm really excited to do this course with all of you. So the other things that I'll be talking about is the profit and loss. Many of you, sometimes if you need even a line of credit, you go to the bank and they ask you, well, you need to fill out your financial statements. You're lost. All right. We will be taking apart the profit and loss. And so we'll go over what goes into your revenue. Revenue is easy to handle, but the expenses, how you can take control of your expenses, set a realistic budget or spending plan so you'll be able to take advantage of every dollar. Okay, I'll show you a way where every dollar that you send out there has to generate more than 1,000-fold for you. And that's the trick in compound not compound interest, but compound growth in your business. So we'll put that strategy into place in this 90-day class. You don't come every day. It's only every week, once a week. We meet for 90 minutes. I'll be lecturing you for 45 minutes. We'll take a 10-minute break, go get your coffee, get all kinds of stuff, come back with your questions. And not only that, throughout the 90 days, you'll be able to email me unlimited questions. I will basically be your CFO, virtual CFO, if you wish. And you email me questions, I will answer your questions. I also have a group, a Facebook group where it's a paid membership. But because you are in the program, you're going to be in there. So you'll be able to ask me questions. Mind you, though, make sure every question you put in that group there is not private information. If it's private, please feel free to email me privately so I'll be able to answer all your questions for you. All right. And so that's the first reasons why we'll be taking apart the profit and loss, gross margin, gross profit, fixed expenses, especially the fixed expenses. We need to get a handle of expenses on that. And the other thing is that I'll be covering money management. A lot of you have trouble with managing the money, cash flow. Many people will say, people owe me money, they won't pay me. I will show you the strategy on how not to let anybody owe you money. Okay, so we'll put a strategy in place that nobody will owe you money. You have zero receivables, like me. I don't have any receivables, to make sure, because money is the blood of the business. So without money, the business is dead. Okay, so we'll go through all that money management, and that will also flow into your personal life, right? The money management that you will learn in there for business will also flow into your personal life. So I'll give you that all the tip, but then you put your own magic on it too, the way if it makes you feel comfortable. But for the 90 days, you'll be in there with me. I'll be empowering you. After these 90 days, you will no longer fear your numbers. Okay? I want to squash that word fear, burn it, throw it away. That's it. Step on it. We are going to turn that F word into freedom. Okay? Financial freedom. Because once you know your numbers, you have the freedom. You know? How can you fear something you don't know? So if you don't know your numbers and you fear of your numbers, don't be fearful of your numbers. Numbers are just numbers, okay? Once you know it, you can look them in the face and say, okay, I know this number here. Okay, I owe this credit card. Fine, look at it. And then put strategy in place to take care of yourself. The retirement, we'll touch on that. You set aside retirement plans. You set the right retirement plan for your business type. I think I mentioned that. So we will set that. And that's financial freedom in itself. Because I've come across a lot of clients, or even recently when I do my 90 minutes one-on-one session with people, and I mentioned, did you know you could put away such and such and such for, and on the spot, I say somebody 20 grand for retirement. Okay, so all this will be in this course. I'll be going over all this in this course. Also, we were talking about preparing your tax return. You're not going to be preparing it. If you already have somebody who's preparing it, don't worry. I'm not going to make you prepare it, but I'm going to make you understand it better. So when you go and you sign those papers, remember, when you sign those papers, you are taking responsibility. The tax preparer is not responsible if the IRS come after you. They just preparing it, and that fine line there that you don't, most of us don't read fine lines. You are responsible. So that's why I'm taking the time to empower you so that you know every number that goes in that tax return. So if the IRS comes to you, you know what's in there. So you don't just sign and say, I didn't know, I just signed. Well, you are responsible for it. Okay, so come join me in my 90-day, this 90-day class. I will be happy to answer any questions. You can have your CPAs And you don't have to switch, but I just want you to be empowered with your numbers. And those of you in Canada, I have a lot of you in Canada. I am certified in Canada as a CGA. Now it's a CPA. I'm certified in Illinois as a CPA and Kentucky. So in effect, I can do all 50 states tax return. I will be going over all the tax return. Even if it's Schedule C, C Corp, S Corp, I will be doing separate sessions for each tax return type. Those of you in Canada, I'll be touching on your T2s and the T4s. I'll be working with you on that one. That will be all separate sessions. So when you register on the form, you're going to tell me which entity you are and which country you're from and which accounting software you are using, because I'll be also going over different accounting software. QuickBooks is one of them. Wave Apps is one of them. And whichever one you have, Zero or whatever you have, I have a brain of the matrix for most accounting softwares. So in your private questions, you can maybe ask me those and I'll be able to cover it if I had to do a video for that particular software and put it into the group so you can take a look. So listen, I wasn't going to go over 10 minutes, but I think I went over. I can't wait for all of you to join me in here. If you're a seasoned business owner or you're a new business owner, I got you covered. All right. So join me today and then secure your spot. Once you register, as soon as you register, you can start pumping me with questions until December 4th when the class officially begins. All right. So come on board. Can't wait to see you. Talk to you soon. Bye. God bless.